Hello. Due to concerns about my safety and seeing what I have seen, I will not be foolish enough to release my name. I know the Pizzeria will have this post deleted as soon as they see it and try to discover my identity. I will not let them silence me. I was once a night security guard at Roggen's Funtime Pizzeria. I had just made it through a pretty rough part of my life a few years earlier and was looking forward to finding better and better jobs, even if my lack of a college degree made that much more of a challenge than I wish it could have been. But through hard work and the will to keep moving ahead, I could see affording some sort of higher education now. But that was all stolen away by this one goddamn job. I was looking through the morning newspaper. Being unsatisfied with my current job, I decided to try and find a new one. To my luck, there was a job listing for a night security position at Roggen's Funtime Pizzeria, a name I vaguely remembered from somewhere. I decided to look it up, discovering it was a pizzeria with performing animatronics designed to look like Roggen's. The pay was pretty good, and I often was more awake at night than during the day. I decided to apply, and to my joy, my application was accepted within a few days. On my first day, or rather, night, I arrived at 4 p.m. to learn the basics. Despite the good pay, the restaurant was pretty shit. The pizza looked disgusting, there was far too much sauce, but it only covered a small area of the pizza, meaning it was almost a half an inch thick, but there was a massive soggy crust surrounding the small lake of sauce. The cheese was unbelievably greasy and a putrid yellow color, like if expired Kraft singles were haphazardly slapped into a microwave to melt. The pepperoni was the only thing on the pizzas that seemed edible, but even those were tiny slices, with only a couple scattered around the pizza. As I was brought to the back, to the security room, I saw someone pulling frozen pizzas out of boxes that were clearly not labeled with the company brand. Due to a lack of customers, the clearly undercooked preheated pizzas were simply left out to be coated with the absurd amount of flies in the establishment and given to the very few foolish customers who actually tried to get anything edible. The animatronics were clearly poorly maintained, grimy, and occasionally locking up during their movements. Bare metal was exposed under the heavily worn suits, and large quantities of copper wire was clearly sticking out in places. Unsurprisingly, there were no customers at this dogshit establishment, and I wondered how they even managed to pay minimum wage. Regardless, a job was a job. I figured I'd at least try it for a bit and see if I could stand the disgusting environment. By 10, the restaurant was closed entirely, and I was the last one in the building. I was mindlessly scrolling through the cameras when I noticed something odd. I noticed one of the animatronics was missing from the stage. I panicked and looked around the small grimy room I was in. I noticed something, a McDonald's burger wrapped with something written on it, tucked into a pile of trash from whoever was last holding this position. I grabbed it very quickly and read it. Here is what they were. 1. Do not eat the pizza crust, as it is fed to the animatronics. 2. Do not steal copper wire from the animatronics. 3. Do not wear the Blueberry Man costume. 4. If a dancing Roggen in a top hat appears in the cameras, do not let the power go out. 5. Do not leave the doors open too long, or the car batteries powering them will explode. 6. If the bloody killer Roggen appears in the staff bathroom 4th stall after 4:30, but before 4:45 holding a knife and a toilet plunger and surrounded by groceries from Japanese 7-Eleven, and the door is open exactly 45 degrees outwards instead of inwards, do not attempt to clean any of the toilets, no matter what it tells you about the politics of Indian and Pakistani border tensions. 7. Do not eat the can of Roggen-O's canned spaghetti in the corner. 8. If you see a Roggen with no crest playing an accordion, do not breathe for the rest of the night. 9. If you see a goblin in your room, immediately shoot him. 10. Save the laser pointer's battery for the Minecraft Roggen. I thought the rules were very fucking stupid, so I threw them away in the cluttered trash can that looked like it hadn't been emptied in a few months. I checked the camera again, and that is when I saw it. It was a dancing Roggen in a top hat, which disappeared in a few seconds. I thought it was just some weird glitch. Nothing else happened for the rest of the night. The second night, I was able to get to work at 12 o'clock as I didn't need any training. I was thinking about all the reasons to quit this job when I saw something. It was green and small, Roggen-shaped. I realized with a chill what it was. A goblin. I immediately pulled out the shotgun hidden in the pile of garbage and shot it. I realized with a chill that it was eating the pizza crust after dipping it into the canned spaghetti. I suddenly heard a deep voice coming from the staff restroom.
There are so many people who have been killed or have been separated from their families because of India's aggression towards Pakistan. You should clean this toilet.
I was terrified. I knew I shouldn't answer, but he made a very good argument. I quickly checked the bathroom cameras and saw it. The bloody killer Roggen in the fourth stall with the door open exactly 45 degrees outwards, the bloody killer surrounded by Japanese 7-Eleven bags. I realized with a chill he was holding a plunger and knife. However, I was relieved when the clock read 12:30 and not 4:30, as I had just started my shift. I was able to clean the toilets without issue while the bloody killer Roggen watched. When I returned, I realized something. Sitting at my desk was a strange costume. It looked like a Roggen, but he was purple, with a hat instead of a crest. I realized it was the Blueberry Man costume. I had the strange urge to put it on, and I did. Nothing happened for the rest of the night. On the third night, I spent my time checking the cameras. I noticed the animatronics were much more active now, and even got close to the door. Nothing happened the entire night. I skipped the fourth night of work, because I am very lazy, and didn't want to go to work. On the fifth night, I decided it would be my last day of work, as I was quitting. As soon as I looked at the hallway in front of me, I saw it. A Roggen animatronic. I heard a deep voice say,
"Where is my pizza crust? Where is my Roggen's delicious canned spaghetti?"
I was terrified. I didn't know what to do. I pulled out the laser pointer, forgetting that it was supposed to be only for the Minecraft Roggen, and threw the laser pointer at the Roggen. It screamed with pain and flopped onto the floor, motionless. After a minute of staring in shock, I realized something was poking through the fabric of the costume. It was copper wire. I couldn't help myself and began greedily stripping wire from the now dead animatronic. However, karma would have its revenge. As soon as I stripped the last wire from the body, I realized something. The door had been open for too long. I heard a loud series of explosions as the car batteries powering the doors all exploded at once. I dove through the doorway, but the massive, heavy metal door closed in time to amputate my left leg. It hurt a lot, but I had to check the cameras. It was then I saw it. At first I couldn't tell what it was. It was on the kitchen camera. It looked like a Roggen, but strangely had no crest. It was playing an accordion, and I could hear an accordion faintly. I forgot to not breathe, and the power instantly went out, but not right before I saw a dancing Roggen in a top hat flash on the camera screen. It was then I saw a pizza hovering in the doorway, the door mysteriously gone. I didn't know what the toppings were, but it smelled terrible, like metal. I grabbed it, only to see a poorly made painting of a Roggen stabbing a person missing a leg wearing a security guard uniform. It was a thick red-like liquid that was the source of the smell. I think it was cranberry juice, or something. I had no clue who the Roggen was supposed to be killing. I suddenly heard footsteps outside the door, and the bloody killer Roggen appeared, playing an accordion, a light occasionally flashing to reveal him as he played. However, the clock hidden in the pile of garbage suddenly struck 6 a.m., the end of my shift, and I got up and left. Because of this experience, and all my other encounters with Roggens, I do not think I will ever visit Roggen's Funtime Pizzeria ever again.